Hello, friends. Welcome to Backside Story Musings of a Gastroenterologist. New post. An ongoing pursuit of a good vacation. Today, let's talk about something that every human aspires and fancies about vacationing. We all like to get away. The desire to holiday is universal. The idea of taking a break from one's daily grind, escaping on a trip, is so elevating to our moods and spirits. There are multiple scientific studies demonstrating the positive effects of holidays on our moods, life satisfaction, and work productivity. Vacations also make our lives healthier by improving our mental and cardiac health. This is how a salesperson from a travel company once approached me. He continued with his sales pitch as follows. Although no one needs to be convinced about the need to take a break, wouldn't it be valuable for you to know what constitutes a good vacation? We are an expert in making your getaways memorable and effective. He then said, we ensure that all your vacations possess the three qualities that are research proven for an effective holidaying. He quoted those traits to be variety, comfort, and relaxation. I found it quite amusing. Let me explain this by comparing my childhood summer vacations in India to my US explorations as a new American. Growing up in India in a middle-class family, vacationing unquestionably meant visiting extended family. It was the most economical and uncomplicated way to spend my idle summers. Since most of my relatives lived in New Delhi, that's where we went. It was a humdrum yearly affair, so expectable that its memories are deeply etched into my soul. From my hometown Jalandhar to New Delhi was an 8-hour train ride. Although every year my dad reserved us the train tickets in advance, we only enjoyed our seats for maybe 1/3 of the journey. Can you guess why? Simple: population. Everyone and their mother decided that it was the day to travel to New Delhi. Didn't matter whether it was a weekday or weekend. Train stations were like a mob scene, and the trains were packed like sardines. The common words I heard during the travel were, "Son, can you move a little, please?" Imagine a seat of 3, already fitting 6 people. As I moved a little to offer the space that barely existed to this middle-aged lady, she leaned onto me for support, so much so that I could smell her curry-flavored breath. I almost cannot recall a journey where I relaxed to take in the air without sensing the faint remains of sweaty men and chatter of middle-aged women. Staying with relatives and witnessing family drama on a usual basis, sleeping on the floors with my cousins, fighting over an elusive solitary loo in the house, and surviving the fierce Delhi summer were the highlights of my childhood vacations. I admit that my horizons were quite limited at that time, but I think I relished the experience. Astonishingly, my US voyages have been quite contrasting. I was fascinated by how Americans enjoy the outdoors, nature, and the wilderness. Americans take pride in the natural beauty of their landscapes and try to make the most out of it. Interestingly, the most sought-after Airbnbs in the US are bucolic and rustic in location. I learned the true meaning of relaxation: avoiding other humans. Although The US is more spread out than India. Americans do not mind driving long distances. Imagine driving, getting stuck in a traffic jam, and then having a sudden nature's call? What a nightmare would that be? Doesn't happen in America. I'm very impressed by the nation's forefathers. Actually, four architects to be more precise, as to how they had the wisdom to build rest areas along the interstates. Of course, excretion is as natural as breathing and eating. But still, clean, accessible toilets for the holidaymakers on the road are godsend. This is what comfort feels like, my friend. The country is huge, 50 states and many cities to choose from. Most of the major cities have children museums, libraries, exciting restaurants, malls with expensive boutique shops, parks, scenic waterfronts, and really, really tall buildings. Take, for example, Empire State in New York with 102 floors, Willis Tower in Chicago, 108 floors. But US Bank Tower in LA is quite different, only 75 floors. Exactly. That's what variety truly entails. I think Jan Phillips, a Canadian author, best summarizes good vacation. Find what brings you joy and go there. What was your best vacation? What do you seek in vacationing? Do you have any fun or interesting vacation stories to share with us? Please chime in. Thank you so much for listening. Keep smiling.